Okay. This is kind of like last week's shit, but we didn't really talk about it, so I want to talk about it. Cool. Trump Loki's selling this war so hard. Yeah, he is. I haven't read like most of this stuff. I have a bunch of like Twitter threads and stuff pulled up. Sorry my shit's lagging. It's fucking Twitter always makes my shit lag, and everything fucking in between. All right, Iran, which is being beat to hell. This guy, he's always bragging like right off the fucking bat. Iran, which is being beat to hell, has apologized and surrendered to its Middle East neighbors and promised that it will not shoot at them anymore. I don't think there's no way that they're actually keeping that, right? This promise was only made because of the relentless U.S. and Israeli attack. By the way, did you guys see the fucking thing? I don't know. It might be in this thread thing. Did you guys see that he said that they didn't blow up the school or whatever, but they literally did? Like Israel and the U.S. literally blew up a children's school, and then they claimed that it was Iran that did it, or Trump did. Trump was the only one that was saying that. Let's talk about the files. I got the files too. Okay, yeah. Here's these. I haven't read these. I haven't read these. Hawkins do pics like yeah, I did see that. Dude, that's actually disgusting. That's like foul shit. At first I thought it was AI. I thought it was AI until like yesterday. So I wasn't sure. I don't know what this is, but I had to double check, but this is genuinely the new release. Trump has questions to answer. Could not recall the identities of the other individuals present. However, they all exited when Trump asked everyone to leave the room. Trump mentioned something to the effect of, "Let me teach you how little girls are supposed to be." Trump unzipped his pants and put blank head down to his penis. Yo, is this real? No evidence, no charges. Okay, never mind. So that's from a while ago. What the fuck? Yeah, zero consequences, of course. Yo, wait, I haven't heard this, though. Blank bit the shit out of it. Trump struck her and said words to the effect of, "Get this little bitch the hell out of here." Advised she bit Trump's penis because he disgusted her. He had money, it reeked off of him. At the point people re-entered the room, no further information provided. Holy shit. I did not hear about this. Apparently this was already out there. Trump abducted Venezuela's new president and then assassinated Iran's president, and no one gives a fuck. Well, yeah, because I mean, to be fair, I mean the Iran president was a piece of shit. That guy needed to die, but I don't know. I'm more upset about them killing civilians. I don't really care about the leaders. And like blowing up like a children's school, you know. I think that's worse than that. And the Venezuelan president also piece of shit. So yeah. Notice how all that happened right after Epstein files. Yeah, of course. New Epstein files reveal that Jeffrey Epstein said he was backing ISIS through U.S. Israeli proxies. What a surprise! You know, couldn't have guessed that. True, but he didn't kill him even after wars, but suddenly he does now. When the files are trying. Oh yeah, well I mean that's definitely the reason why. That's why literally all this is happening. They're gonna release the files as they're gonna blow up more civilians. You know, this is gonna get really bad. I think. He even ordered to declassify anything on alien/UFO for distraction. See, that shit, I don't even give a fuck about aliens. I really don't. I don't know why they're like such a big conversation. Who fucking cares if there's aliens? You know? I don't care. We're aliens. All these animals on this planet are aliens. Who gives a fuck? That doesn't affect me literally at all, if they're real or not. Not be prosecuted until he's president and he's trying to increase his term limit. Already, it's official. Yeah, I think that might happen, but I don't know though. He should be he should be impeached, and I think a lot of people are thinking that. But there's also a lot of crazy right people that are just retarded, and still saying like, you know, that they stand with Israel and shit like that, which is insane because it's obvious that they're killing children and, you know, innocent people, blowing up schools, just doing horrible things, and they've done horrible things in this country forever. But there's still those idiots that stand with them. Just waiting until all this dies down. Hopefully it doesn't, though. I mean, hopefully people don't forget about it. I'm not going to forget about it. It seems like social media isn't forgetting about it. Like, you know, people on the internet. Also plenty of people who believe he's getting framed. That's just retard brainwash. I don't know. That's pretty stupid. What's one valid reason to fund Israel, its war, and everything? There's literally no reason. That's what's always so funny to me. They always say, Israel is America's greatest ally. No, America is Israel's greatest ally. They don't do shit for us. They've never done anything for us. We don't need them. We protect them. We fight for them. For no reason. I have a cousin in the military right now that might die fighting for Israel. You know, that's not right. There's no reason for us to be in this war. There really isn't. Palestine versus Israel thing died when files came, and Iran versus U.S. gonna kill the files now. Yeah, I know. The Palestinian thing is not over. That's what I also don't like. It's like our view has completely shifted from the Palestinian children to Iran, or even to the files. And you know, yeah, the files are horrible. The Iran shit is fucked up, but it's like they're doing the same shit still. You know, it's not like they're just stopping and focusing only on Iran. Anyway, let's read this. This is very shitty picture. Turkey gives Nusra a heads up on Iraqi recruits slaughter. Russia gives Erdogan, what the fuck, a heads up on coup. U.S. Gives a pass on ISIS. Assad has no support, so will stay. What the fuck am I reading? Nuclear base in Turkey. Soviet defense in Iran. Saudi in Yemen. Egypt about to lose all financial support. Jordan has how many? 1 million refugees? Is that what that says? Okay, what are we posting, bro? What are we posting? Now you know the rest of the story. They're U.S. Israeli proxies. I didn't see Israel once in this. Oh, wait. From Iraq. Followed by passive support for Maliki, who then slaughtered Sunnis and made ISIS a rational alternative. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Bro's first time reading. Fuck you, bro. I'm trying to skim over this shit. And it's hard to read. Look at these names. Like, you fucking read this shit. What are you talking about? Bro's first time reading. Fuck you. Fuck you. This one was crazy. Pornstar said, Trump said, I remind him of Ivanka after sex. Ivanka is his daughter, which obviously, I'm crazier than the files? Nah, don't even say that. People are going to find out that I'm fucking kids. And then I'm going to be, like, in crazy trouble. Anyway, yeah, no, he said, obviously, a lot of weird shit about his daughter.
Praise is downright cringeworthy, like on The View in 2006.
Excuse me? Said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Oh, it's so weird.
Like, that shit alone. If my daughter wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her. Like, there's obvious red flags here. I don't know why I can't full screen this. But, it's obvious he's fucking her,
Far
you
from
know?
protecting his daughter from being talked about as a sex object, he has encouraged it multiple times.
Called his daughter a piece of ass.
On Howard
are we
Stern's
for
radio
real?
show in 2004 and then again
Trump
in
needs to be Trump?
2006.
By the way, your daughter,
She's beautiful.
can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
It's unbelievable.
Calling your daughter voluptuous is crazy. I don't even call girls voluptuous. That's a big word, you know? Especially to use towards your fucking child.
Almost 6 feet tall.
In May, Ivanka described herself as a feminist while
There were
defending
no
her father
signs.
on
Yeah,
CBS
seriously,
after
what the
a
fuck?
scathing New York
Yeah, but this guy's definitely being framed for the Epstein files for sure.
Times article about
and I stand with
alleged
Israel.
negative treatment of women.
Is there unending commentary on
She's almost 6 feet. She's voluptuous.
the female form?
No. I've known my father obviously my whole life, and he has total respect for women.
Please welcome the lovely Ivanka Trump.
No, he's being framed.
Still,
He's
even
definitely being
Ivanka
framed.
seemed confused when talk show host Wendy Williams asked about things the two have in common.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate
Sex.
or
He
golf.
says sex.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate.
Like, what else would that mean? Except for he's slamming his daughter. You know what I'm saying?
I can't relate that.
Donald Trump has always been proud of his daughter.
I
In
called
this, like, bro, okay.
to his office. I was probably 10 years.
And it's like, of course, this isn't like proof. It's not like full-on proof. But it's like, after that, it might as well be proof. You know what I'm saying? After all the shit he's been saying over the years, it might as well be proof.
Up the phone every single time, and he'd put me on speakerphone. It wouldn't be a long conversation. He'd introduce me to whoever was in his office.
And he was front row when Ivanka took to the catwalk during her short-lived career as a fashion model. Still,
You gotta
Donald
remove any
Trump
evidence
repeatedly points out how
him by the
hot
time
his
it's
daughter
released.
is.
See, that's what they
saying
keep doing
that
with the files, too. They release them, and then they redact everything that says Trump in them. Like these are already redacted.
last year in a Rolling Stone article, yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty, that one. If I weren't happily married and, her father.
My daughter, Ivanka.
I mean, yeah, so it's like, she's got the best body. Like,
Yeah.
She's 6
she is
feet
hot.
tall.
I'll give him that. She's hot.
She's got the best body.
Yeah, she's hot.
Ivanka
No, he's
continues to
innocent.
defend her father.
It's just like, it's so obvious, bro. It's so obvious. Wasn't that a violation of law or something in the U.S.? What? To redact shit? I mean, yeah, but this guy... Okay, you're talking about a guy who has 31 felonies and is still the president of the United States. You know what I mean? This guy has no fucking rules. He has no rules. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, they were supposed to only redact, the shit that had the victims' names, pretty much. Anything that made, victims look bad or anything like that. But that's not the case. They're just redacting everything that says the word Trump in it. And even more than that. The place I'm from, if someone called his daughter hot, they would unalive him by beating him to death. Where are you from? Where are you from? No, they should, though. I think we need to bring back public execution. And we need to publicly execute all pedophiles and rapists. If they're, like, confirmed that, of course. Throw to rapists and pedos. See, that's how it should be. That's how it should be. But, the U.S. is literally ran by them, so I don't think that would be in our laws. Somewhere in Africa? Yeah, probably. But in the U.S., it's either a prison or fines only. Yeah, it is. And I mean, a lot of pedophiles and stuff, they do get killed in prison by other prisoners. But I mean, that's not as common as it should be, in my opinion. There's like certain people that need to die. Those are the people that definitely need to die, especially the people that are running, a nation. Or, part of massive businesses that, spread agendas towards innocent minds, you know what I mean? And brainwash people. I think those people need to die. Especially if they're fucking kids. Here, wait, let's... just wanted to throw this in there.
He's the first Jewish president to serve two not consecutive
9 a.m. to 10 a.m.? Damn.
presidencies. We thank you for everything.
You were working on night
Things
shift?
happened on the second one. Namely, the election was rigged. And we found out, and you see that happening. But
And you
The
are
first
greatest
Jewish president.
God bless.
He was also the first U.S. president to not swear on the Bible, but he claims to be a Christian, so that's another thing. Just saying. Just wanted to throw that in there. All right, and then this is today's stuff. So Senator Graham said, "I'm not with you." 2 Americans, by the way. "I'm not with you. I'll be with Israel until our dying day." until our dying day, a U.S. senator is saying this. He's saying, I'm not with you. Once again, 2 Americans, and saying, I'll be with Israel until our dying day. It's like, I wish that, like, the boomer generation would realize what's going on. You know what I mean? I've tried to, like, tell my, like, parents about this shit, and they just cannot. They just cannot get behind that. They just can't. No, the Jews aren't the issue. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. You know? Sorry. It's true. When a congressman or mayor wins elections or a president, why do they go to Israel's Holy Land and kiss the wall when they are Christians? Yeah, Zoran was the only person to not do that. Mamdani was the only person that hasn't done that. He was the only person on that panel. I was watching that debate. He was the only person on that panel that said that he would stay in New York. He's a Muslim, and that's W. Hey, I love my Muslims. I love my Muslims. I do. I'm a Christian myself, but I do love Muslims. I hate all this, like, there's a lot of hate right now between Muslims and Christians, and I really don't get it. I love Muslims, man. And I love what they believe in, you know? I don't understand why we're being put against each other again. I mean, it's because of this war, I would say. A Christian nation versus a, Muslim nation, but I don't really see it that way. But all other congressmen / mayors, why would they go to Israel's Holy Land when they're Christians, not even Jews? Because they're not Christians. And I mean, literally, Donald Trump has said, literally in this clip right here, he's saying he's a Jewish president. He's saying it's true, it's true.
And I said, this is our first Jewish president.
It's true. It's true.
Now he's the first
I wish I could do a
Jewish
Trump
president
impression.
to serve 2.
But no, I mean, he's literally saying it right there. His daughter also converted to Judaism, not that long ago, I believe last year. So it's just like, it's pretty obvious. And it is always the Jews, you know what I mean? It truly is. It truly is. And I wish that, people in my parents' generation would understand that. There's an obvious problem going on. There's an obvious problem that's been going on. I don't know about atheists personally. I think believing in nothing is just kind of stupid. No, get it. This happened today. An Israeli passenger on a cruise ship began freaking out over a man with a swastika tattoo. I just wanted to see this. This just seemed funny.
And this guy's a Jew, looks like, and he's really angry.
That is a crazy ass tattoo to have. But it's like getting mad in public over that is pretty ridiculous. I don't know. Just a waste of time. I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew. Yeah, we know, bro. We know. What the fuck is this tattoo, though? This is a oh, you can't even see it. What is this tattoo? This is a wild tattoo. Yeah, honestly, I have a lot of takes on that. I think should have got the job done, I'm just kidding. I don't want anybody to die, of course. I think death in any fashion is horrible. There's documentaries / quotes from his time where he said, if you guys knew what these Jews are capable of, 100%. Oh, no, I know. I don't need to search it up. He also, what he was trying to do is he was trying to ban, they were writing about pornography, transgenderism, homosexuality, stuff like that in his country, and that's why they had the big book burning. But nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about what he was trying to get rid of. He also told them that they could leave before he started genociding them, which genocide is always horrible. But he did warn them. I guess he did warn them, which is something that Israel can't say. No proof of it either. Of the number of it or of the actual Holocaust itself.
That is so offensive. Put a goddamn shirt on before I get security up here.
That is so offensive. Oh, number and the event itself. See, I think the event happened. I think the numbers are off. But I do believe that it happened. I mean, But yeah, I think the numbers are definitely exaggerated. Breaking press. Why did USA go to where? Go to war. Israel made us do it.
And we know that the intelligence did not suggest that an attack was imminent from Iran. What is left? Why are we at war with?
Kind of tried to backtrack since then, which is that Israel made us do it. That Bibi decided on this timeline.
Real motherfucker. Senator Chris Murphy in Connecticut. Okay. I like this guy. He's actually saying it how it is.
Who decided he wanted to attack, and he convinced Trump to join him by scaring Trump into believing that U.S.
I mean, it's true, though. He's the only person that I've seen. He's the only senator that I've seen, or anybody in any type of political position that's telling the truth. Literally.
And so Trump was better off just joining Netanyahu. I hope that isn't the full explanation, but you're right. As we are now hearing that the nuclear program is...
This guy's going to get assassinated? Oh, for sure. Or he's going to kill himself.
That even harder line leadership is taking hold as the Strait of Hormuz is still being shut down, even as we get their Navy. What's left as the explanation? It might just be that Israel forced our hand. And how weak does that make the United States look? How weak...
For real. A tiny-ass little Jewish country telling us what to do, and we're doing it. We are on our hands and knees for them. Literally. I'm not. But a lot of Americans and our entire U.S. cabinet. I feel like Israel got Epstein files with Trump in it. With kids over. Oh, yeah, 100%. They're definitely blackmailing him. And I think they have for a long time. I mean, it's proven now that Epstein was working under the Rothschilds, which were the people that bought Israel. And it's like... And he had plans to meet up with Netanyahu before his death. I think he was blackmailing him. He's a part of the IDF, and he was blackmailing Trump as well. I think that's all that operation was. Because otherwise, can't he just kill Israelis president too? Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could. It's Rothschilds and demonic crap. Oh, 100%. Satanists.
Our allies can force us into wars of choice that are bad for U.S. national security interests.
Yeah. Real motherfucker right here. I like this guy. He will probably die. He will probably die. Because literally nobody else is saying this, and it's obviously for a reason. Yeah. Okay, and then this retard. Ted Cruz, I cannot stand this fucking guy. Ted Cruz just put a bullseye on both Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes at an anti-Semitism conference by labeling Tucker Carlson the most dangerous demagogue in the United States. I'm not a Tucker Carlson guy. I don't really like him. But any dad above 45 in the U.S. will still support Trump, to be fair. I don't know. My dad is like 50-something, and he's like 52, 53, and he doesn't support Trump at all. But he's not right or left. He doesn't like government, you know. I've kind of pilled him on that, I guess. Cruz says he's going to take on Tucker Carlson directly because he wants to rewrite history. Cruz believes anyone who disagrees with him on World War II is a Nazi.
Tucker Carlson. I believe Tucker Carlson is the single most dangerous...
But no, you are right, though, about that statement. I mean, I think probably most, people above 45 are supporting Trump. But I don't know, man. We just got to unify, bro. We got to stop putting it right against left. Red versus blue, you know what I mean? We need to... It's us versus them. And we outnumber them on, a massive scale. But we're just so divided right now. They've done such a good job of dividing us with race, religion, politics, everything. And I don't think that there's a way that we can come together, honestly, as sad as that is to admit. So if you don't agree with him, we a Nazi. Yeah, let's see.
Wait. The most consequential of whom is Tucker Carlson. I believe Tucker Carlson is the single most dangerous demagogue in this country.
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
And I'll tell you, I've made the decision that I'm going to take him on head directly.
That was just bad. That was just bad. I'm gonna take him on head directly? Are we fucking dead ass right now, dude? Are we for real? They kicked out almost all brown people out with ICE. It's sad. That's not even remotely true. I knew a girl and she cried, her family cried, panicked when Trump got elected because he wanted orders to implant ICE to kick people out, and he did. Yeah, that wasn't only Trump, though. I think that's kind of a ridiculous thing. That's kind of an outside perspective of what's actually going on in the U.S. There's still way more brown people here than the brown people that have been deported. I don't think Trump's numbers have even hit 1 million yet. And Obama was deporting way more. He has the most deportations in history, I believe. And same with Bill Clinton. It's just, that is kind of dumb. It's like as soon as Trump came into office, people kind of switched sides on that and started protesting against that, which is ridiculous. I think, if you're not legal in this country, then you should not be in this country. In any country. If I went to a country illegally, I would expect to be kicked out or arrested in that country. You know what I mean? I think that's a fair take on that. It is sad seeing families getting taken away, but it's also, these people are running that risk of losing their child and losing their house, you know what I mean, when they come here illegally. As per news, over 10 million people were targeted. There's no way that's true. And I mean, what do you mean by targeted? What do you mean by targeted? Here, we'll keep this going.
If you look at the dissent of Tucker Carlson, and they're all the sort of lesser chattering voices that are moons circling his twisted planet.
Yo, what is this guy saying?
It started about 1.5 years ago. With
deportation, let's say it's due to stats and thoughts. But he also addressed them as aliens. Yeah, I mean, I don't really see that as like a huge deal. I don't call them that, but, I do know a lot of people that call them illegal aliens. I think it is wrong, and it's obviously literally alienating and dehumanizing them. They're still human. So, yeah, that whole alien thing is kind of weird. But, I don't know. A bunch of people say that. Yeah, I don't know. I think deportations need to happen. I think ICE is doing a good job, honestly. There has been a few cases where they've gotten legal immigrants, which is obviously a problem, but that's going to happen. That's happened with every administration. That's just, people are going to make mistakes. But it's just kind of how you learn from those mistakes and how you, they're bringing the people that they have miskept and bringing them back to their homes. So I think, that's not as big of a deal either as people make it. I think that's another thing that Americans are just extremely distracted by. People are still protesting ICE. Meanwhile, there's people that are eating and molesting children. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think we need to put our focus more on that rather than getting illegal people out of a country. It would be good if there was a chance to let people stay. Well, I mean, there is. They can go back and then they can try to register as a U.S. citizen. You know what I mean? But that does take a long time. I mean, they can get a green card. They can get a visa. I don't know. There's options. For example, many families have been in the U.S. for 40 to 50 years. And even their kids, grandkids now have nationalities. Yeah, I mean, 40 to 50 years. You're talking about illegals, I'm guessing. I mean, 40 to 50 years. Yeah, you should probably be a citizen at that point, if you've lived most of your life in the U.S. Yeah. But, I mean, you still, it takes 10 years, if that. It takes 10 years at most to become a legal U.S. citizen. So it's like maybe during those 40 to 50 years you could have applied for citizenship and got it. You know what I mean? Once again, you're just running that risk of being taken away from your family and out of your home. I think my passport allows you 90 days in the U.S. plus any extensions instead of requiring applications. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff like that too. Yeah, and you know, green cards, you know, you can marry a U.S. citizen, and you're fucking chilling. You know what I mean? Can't be that hard. I don't know. Back to this, sorry.
Platforming crackpot professors seeking to rewrite history. Seeking to rewrite history about World War II. So he has one idiot whom he describes as the most consequential popular historian in the country.
Hitler?
Who leans forward and intones that Winston Churchill was the villain of World War II. He then finds another crackpot professor who says there's a good argument that America should have sided with the Nazis in Germany in World War II. And for all of this, Tucker gazes adoringly. By the way, no, there is not. Winston Churchill was an extraordinary historical figure. There's a reason Churchill's bust is on my mantle.
Look at these people. Look at this motherfucker.
In my office, on the mantle, there are 3 busts, one of Churchill, one of Reagan, and one of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. 3 extraordinary leaders who had vision.
Martin Luther King Jr. was also owned by Jews.
But it's not just there, it then descends.
They literally wrote the I Had a Dream speech, so.
Look, Nick Fuentes. It's actually interesting if you look at Republican politicians.
Real.
Nick Fuentes is easy to denounce. And I actually think it's a tell among a Republican politician if they'll denounce Fuentes but are scared to say Tucker's name. That tells you a great deal. Nick Fuentes is a goose-stepping Nazi.
What the fuck does that mean? Goose-stepping Nazi? Okay.
And by the way, I'm not one who throws around the term Nazi loosely.
Well, you just kind of did.
But when Nick Fuentes says Hitler was very, very cool, I like Hitler and I agree with Hitler. Like, when you say you agree with Hitler, you are a Nazi.
Okay, I mean, if we're going by that ideology, then I guess, I'm a Nazi? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Tucker has Fuentes on his show. Doesn't question him about any of the ridiculous things he said. Doesn't react at all when Fuentes tells him his mission is to combat global Jewry. And Tucker nods.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Fuentes tells him every year he celebrates Stalin's birthday. By the way, what kind of freak?
It's a big thing because Jews died. Yeah, 100%. Palestine isn't because they're not Jews. Because the Jews are committing that. I mean, same with, the Holodomor. There were, it says like upwards of 20 million Christians who got murdered in Russia. And this was like right before the Holocaust. This was when Stalin was in power. And nobody ever talks about that. We don't learn about it in school. And I understand like the significance, I guess, of the Holocaust because it created or it started World War II or whatever. But it turns out it wasn't like that, big of a thing, if we're being honest. Of course, people should never die. Again, always say that, but some people maybe should. Not all Jews. Not all Jews. Their time will come. God has a plan for them, We never hear about the 20 million Christians or Palestinians or the Ukrainians, 100%, but just Holocaust. Yep, that's all that, I was taught in school. And also, they didn't even focus on, like, World War II. They didn't focus too heavily on, like, D-Day. They focused mainly on the Holocaust, And, the Jews, and they're supposed to make you feel that white guilt. I don't feel guilty. I don't care. I don't.
I don't even know Stalin's birthday. I don't know it, and I don't care to know it.
It's gender studies in schools instead of Bible, 100%.
When he says that.
It's sad. It's sad. Bible's where they draw the line, 100%. I mean, kids aren't even, like, they don't even, like, pledge allegiance in school anymore. They don't even do that, which is insane because, I mean, I was still doing that up until, I think, high school. And then they stopped doing that. That's what the guy wanted to protect everyone from. Exactly. But look at where we are, you know, because we trusted the wrong people. We are on the wrong side of history, and now this is our president. So, yeah, we'll see how the war goes. I think it's gonna get worse. I think that these are the beginning of the end times. It says that, you know, in the Quran as well as the Bible, that, you know, it's gonna start with the wars, and here it is. And these wars are only gonna get worse. We have nukes now. This isn't gonna be World War II. This isn't gonna be World War I. You know, we have a lot heavier weapons, and I think it could get really bad, unfortunately. You know, they do gender studies. They learn about weed and how to get girls. Literally, bro. Literally. And sex. I mean, sex education. Which I think is just unnecessary. I mean, you should know how to have sex. Or just, like, figure it out yourself. Without, like, watching porn, of course. Porn is evil. But, yeah. Yeah. There's bills passed in many states that if a minor, let's say a 13-year-old, wants a gender surgery, yep, and parents don't, the state can forcefully remove the kid from the parent and get them that surgery. But for a beer, you gotta be 23. Well, 21, but yeah. Yeah. No, it's literally insane. That's the most insane thing ever. Transgenderism, for one, and then children swapping genders. It's disgusting, honestly. And I can't believe that our country has allowed that and legalized that. It's like, it's obvious. It's an obvious mental illness. And it's just a waste of a life to me. I don't know. And all these kids are, you know, yeah, 100%. Yeah, you gotta be 18 for a tattoo. 13-year-olds can literally get their dick chopped off. Literally. Yeah, it's insane. It's disgusting. And yeah, I am very ashamed of this country for letting that slide. Because, I mean, again, that's what the guy was fighting against. And now all the things that he was fighting against are happening in the West, you know? He had no other reason to fight them. He didn't gain anything but a war from it. Exactly. Also, I think Trump, he obviously wants to be in, like, the history books, and stuff like that, like a big, you know, bad leader and stuff like this. I think he might be the one to press that red button. I'm not gonna lie, because he wants that, you know what I mean? He wants to be written down in the history books, and you know he probably will be. And they're gonna get rid of those. They're gonna get rid of the Epstein files 100%. Once this generation is more focused on the war, those files are gone. And we're gonna be telling our kids and maybe grandkids in the future, if you know, the end of the world doesn't happen, if you know Jesus doesn't come back by then, or whatever you believe in. We're gonna be telling our grandkids about all this shit, and then you know their parents are probably gonna say that we're crazy and racist. You know what I mean? Just like the generations before us. Just saying. He's assassinating country leaders, calling wars. By the way, illegal war. By the way, I forgot to add that this is an illegal war. He just did it. There was nothing signed at all. This is a completely illegal war. Anyway, he's assassinated country leaders, calling wars whenever abducting presidents, violating international laws. He can probably drop a nuke. Yeah, I think he might be the one to do it. I do believe he should be impeached. And I think people might be starting to agree with that. Hopefully, that number gets bigger though. Hopefully more people start realizing how insane this guy really is, and where he's taken this country. No one talks about Trump phone anymore. What are you talking about? I don't think I have heard of that. What is that? Oh my gosh! Wait, what? No, I did hear about that a long time ago. Hold on. I didn't know that like those were actually ever sold. Wait, hold on. They're still for sale. Wait, what? T1 phone. Yo. Is this what you're talking about? Because I do remember this. I remember like hearing about this, but it didn't I've never seen anybody with a Trump phone. Dude, that would be so funny. Promise it will come in 2024, 2025, then 2026 never did. And they're still for sale. $500, kind of a fucking steal, not gonna lie. 5 days ago, we're still talking about the Trump phone. We're tracking what's happening with Trump Mobile's promised and yet undelivered Android phone. Why? Because we cover phones. We also cover vapor. I don't give a fuck why you're reporting on it. Okay, so yeah, they still haven't arrived. That's bad. We've reached out as usual to ask the Trump phone's whereabouts. This time we tried and failed. Okay. Bro, like this guy's just out here scamming people. Openly. And again, he just knows nobody's gonna do shit about it. So on official webs, he stole their money. That's insane. Honestly though, if you're buying a Trump phone, you probably shouldn't have that $500 because that's like the most retarded purchase you could literally ever make. That's stupid. That's so funny. I completely forgot about this. I didn't think that they were actually sold. But they were, I guess. 56-year-olds are buying it, or veterans or mega supporters. Yeah, exactly, retarded people. And when I say that, by the way, I'm not with the left. The left is even more retarded than the right. So let me just get that out there. I'm not with those you know what. Yeah, I don't like any of the government, but yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad though. I did not know that. I did not know that. Honestly, I don't know if the left is worse than the right. They're just way more fucking gay about shit, you know? They're just so gay. They really are. If you're a man and a liberal, it's like, just come out as gay. You know what I mean? Just come out as gay. It's okay. We all already knew it. We all already knew it. I don't like Kamala either. Yeah, no, I don't. She's weird too. Either way, no matter who got voted in, I think, you know, the same shit would be happening, except for we would have a woman in office, which I think wouldn't go well. But yeah, I don't know. Liberal men, like, I've met them, and they are just so insufferable, honestly. They are the most insufferable people. Only liked Obama. Yeah, I don't like any of them, man. I really don't. And Obama was black. It's like, you know. Yeah, then there was Biden. Oh, dude. I just posted a YouTube video of me reacting to, like, his worst moments, and wow. There wasn't a good moment. He's literally a robot. I'm telling you, he's a robot. He walks like one of those little Android fucking things that, like, Elon Musk released. He literally does. In the Epstein files, by the way, it said that he was cloned, which is crazy, but it does say that. Somebody was talking to Epstein, and they said that he died in, like, 2021, I think, or 2022, and yeah, and they cloned him. Which I don't know. You never know, you know, until these things are you know, proven. But I don't know. Think that could be a thing. I do believe that cloning is a thing. If you look at, like, the Jim Carrey shit, Dude, the Jim Carrey shit is weird. The Jim Carrey shit is weird. See, that's what I'm scared about this war, is that Russia and China are going to get involved. They already said if nukes are dropped, they're going to be right behind them. So that's extremely concerning. But I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but I think it's kind of inevitable at this point, honestly, unfortunately. The leader been in jail for 2 years now, illegally detained. That's insane. Do you know the only 2 countries that didn't sign on food being a human right? We'll do it. Yep, United States and Israel were the only 2 countries to vote against UN General Assembly resolution, affirming access to food as a fundamental human right. The U.S. argued the resolution contained unbalanced, inaccurate, and unwise provisions and did not recognize the right to food as legally binding enforceable right. It's like, these countries have been fucking, jerking each other off since the beginning. Since the fucking beginning. It's disgusting. And we talked about all the headlines and news shit that I wanted to talk about. I'll have more tomorrow. And then tomorrow, we might actually run the debate, because we haven't done that yet.